Why don't we give some extra attention to these commonly mispronounced words?
Did you know that 83% of people say these words wrong?
I'm pretty sure you didn't make that fact up. Suit up, everybody. It's time for our VIWs.
No, wait. What does VIW stand for?
I'm glad you asked. Very important words.
Well, that makes sense. These words are very important indeed. Now, the first one is bear. If I had $1 for every time I heard this word as
beer,
I would have like $5,000. It should be bear, bear.
That's right. As is usually warned by all the English teachers around the world, beer is an alcoholic drink and bear is an animal. Can you give an example?
Sure. Bears don't drink beer because it's unhealthy for them.
Our second word is where. I usually hear this one being pronounced as
where.
Please pay attention to this one. It's actually pronounced where. Where. Like the question. Where is not even a word.
Doesn't the word where rhyme with bear?
Yes, it does. For example, a bear doesn't care about what it wears.
Okay, now be careful when pronouncing the word tradition. Don't make it a long E sound like
tradition.
It has a short sound. Tradition. Tradition.
That's correct. Similar to position, definition, and tuition. For example, we need to get rid of some bad traditions.
The fourth word is building. Do not pronounce the U in building. Don't say it like
building.
It should be building. Building, which rhymes with gilding.
For example, there was a 3-story building on the corner. The following word is allergy. Allergy. It should definitely not be pronounced as
allergy.
So be careful to the E sound. Allergy.
A similar word is energy, and they both show a distinct pronunciation of the letter E in the English language. If you are interested to know, the sound is called a schwa.
My allergy is causing me a lack of energy.
Our sixth word is busy. As an exception, there's no U sound in this word. So it's not
busy,
but it's busy. Busy.
The word busy rhymes with dizzy. For example, the busy bee felt dizzy while looking for her friend Lizzie.
Okay, the next word is media. This word should not be pronounced like
media.
It's media. Media.
That's right. It's not an A, it's an E sound. For example, I have different social media accounts. Be careful not to pronounce the word complete like
complete.
It should actually be pronounced complete. Complete.
That's right. For example, this job is not completed. Now, delete and athlete are also similar. Remember, complete and delete do not rhyme with late and hate. They rhyme with feet and greet. Now be careful with the E in the word detox. It shouldn't be said like
detox.
It's detox. Detox. The sound is similar in the words redo or retake.
For example, digital detox is becoming quite popular nowadays. Coming up, pay attention when pronouncing the E in words like extreme and experience. Do not say them like this.
Extreme. Experience.
Extreme. Experience.
So I should say this course is extremely good.
It took some development to get here, which brings us to our next word, develop.
Yes, develop is quite an easy verb to pronounce. Don't say it like
develop.
Make sure you're saying all the vowels correctly. Develop. Develop.
Now, this is our debut project, isn't it?
That's right. This is our first appearance in an online course. Pay attention to this word, though. It's one of those annoying French words. Debut. Debut. Now, let's listen to all of the words one more time and make sure to revise the attached PDF for a detailed study.
Say the words one by one.
Bear.
Where,
Tradition. Building.
allergy, energy,
Busy. Media.
complete,
Detox.
extreme, experience.
Develop. Debut.
And now it's time for our VIWs.
Which means we should lend an attentive ear to these commonly mispronounced words. First off comes concert. We have seen this mistake with the letter E before. Do not pronounce it like
Konzert.
it's concert. Concert.
Yes, it's an sound, similar to bird, hurt, and skirt. For example, I have 2 concert tickets.
Now the next word is yogurt. Do not say this word like
Yogurt.
it should be yogurt. Yogurt.
Again, special attention should be paid to the U sound. It is similar to the U in the word hurt. For example, don't forget the frozen yogurt. Yogurt.
Now the next word is interference. Don't say it like
Interference.
it has an E sound. It comes from the verb interfere, not interfere. So the word is interference. Interference.
Interfere rhymes with hear, clear, and steer. Moving on to the word crowded. Sometimes the word crowded can be pronounced as
Crowded.
maybe this is because of the word crow, which is a black bird.
That's right. The word crowded comes from the word crowd, which means a large group of people. Other words that rhyme with crowd are proud, shroud, and sound.
Many students mispronounce the following word as
Pilot.
a similar mistake is found in the word microwave. They should be pronounced as pilot and microwave.
For example, did you know that pilots never turn on microwaves while flying over antique lands?
That's ridiculous. These pilots' licenses should be revoked. Did you notice how I didn't say licence?
Yep, it's that tricky I sound again. It should be license, as in driver's license. Other similar words include lion, virus. Do not say them like,
Lion. Virüs.
for example, the lion who has the coronavirus doesn't have a driver's license.
We really should have spent more time coming up with these examples. Nevertheless, our next word is internet. Do not pronounce it like
Internet.
it's a fast sound. Internet. Internet.
That's right. For example, you can find us on the internet.
So let's try to say the group of important words or very important words one more time. Concert,
License,
virus,
crowded,
yogurt,
interference,
pilot,
internet,
Microsoft,
microwave,
lion.
antique. Now, let's pay extra attention to these commonly mispronounced words.
Our first VIW is fruit. It is usually pronounced as,
Fruit.
but it should actually be fruit. Fruit. Just like the word suit.
That is correct. Do not add an extra E sound when saying these words. Fruit rhymes with suit and boot.
For example, I bought a suit and a fruit basket.
Great. Now our second word is lettuce. Do not add an oo sound like
Lettuce.
it should be lettuce. Lettuce.
It's kind of like saying lettuce, but really fast. For example, let's buy some lettuce and sing Not Gonna Get Us.
Our next word is Saturday. Do not add an oo sound like
Saturday.
It's a short sound. Saturday. Saturday.
For example, Saturday is the best day to go to Saturn.
Moving on to the soft killer, bullets. Some may pronounce it as,
Bullet.
however, it should be pronounced as bullets. Bullets.
Absolutely. The U in bullets sounds just like bully. I watched a movie where the hero terminated 3 bullies with 1 bullet. Also, be careful when pronouncing words like Turkish and burger. Don't say them like.
Burger. Turkish.
Make sure not to add the extra U sound. It's Turkish, Turkish, and burger, burger.
That's right. Let's check some words that rhyme with them. Turkish rhymes with furnish and churlish, and burger rhymes with worker and further.
For example, the Turkish worker ate a burger.
Now, our next word is stadium. Do not say it like,
Stadyum.
it should be stadium. Stadium. There's no or u sound.
We can see the same problem in the word standard. It's not a strong sound. It's like cat. Standard.
For example, this Turkish stadium is up to standards.
Our next word is sour, sometimes pronounced
Sour.
when it should actually be sour. Sour.
You're right. It's similar to the way some students pronounce the word hour. They say it like,
Hour.
the H should be silent and there's no O sound. It should be hour. Hour. Which, by the way, rhymes with sour and also flower.
And now let's close with a dangerous trio, which quite often confuses readers. Could you tell us what I'm talking about, Leo?
Sure. We need to pay attention to the letter U in words like humid, huge, and human. There's a hidden U sound in there. It shouldn't be like
Human. Huge. Humid.
they're pronounced like humid, huge, and human. For example, the humble human ordered a huge burger. Now, let's practice saying all the words one by one.
Fruit. Sour.
Suit and boot.
Standard.
Lettuce. Hour. Saturday.
Bully.
Bullets.
Turkish. And burger.
Humid. Huge. And human. Stadium.
Welcome to the most important part of the unit. Very important words.
Believe me, many people make mistakes when pronouncing these words, so please make sure you learn them. Our first word is ultra. Don't say it like
Ultra.
it's ultra. Ultra.
A similar word is ultimate. For example, this is the ultimate course if you want to avoid making ultra-common mistakes.
That's right. Our second word is audio. As you can guess, some people have a problem with the AU letters, and they say the word like
Audio.
it should be audio. Audio.
Don't forget that the word can also be pronounced as audio in British English. But in this course, we are focusing on the American pronunciation.
The word awesome has a similar sound. For example, we have some awesome audio recordings in the next lesson. Similarly, the AU in August has the same pronunciation.
Coming up is the word UFO. Well, technically it's not a word, an abbreviation. But again, let's not say it like
UFO.
it is actually pronounced letter by letter, and it stands for unidentified flying objects.
For example, many people claim to have seen UFOs. Have you?
Only at a Snoop Dogg concert.
Well, the next word is chaos. Don't say it like
Chaos.
it's chaos. Chaos, as in gray ox. For example, I went into the office and I said, "Hey boss, what's up with all the chaos in here?"
Also pay attention when saying words like icon. It's not.
Icon.
The letter I can be a little tricky, The I in icon is similar to the I in iPhone.
I agree with you. The word ironic follows the same rule. For example, it's ironic that some crazy people become iconic.
Our next word is sauce. When we have the letters AU, some students can say it.
Sauce.
It should actually be sauce. Sauce. Just like the word saw.
Again, do not forget that the pronunciation can be different in British English. Sauce and so. But as Kadir said, in American English, it's sauce and saw.
Some words that rhyme with sauce are loss, across, and moss.
Our next word is allow. This word doesn't rhyme with low. Don't say it like
Allow.
it's allow. Allow.
Allow rhymes with now and how. It doesn't rhyme with no and bro. Now, allow me to introduce our next word, legal. Don't say it like
Legal.
it is actually legal. Legal.
Yes, mind that E sound. For example, it should be illegal to say the word legal with an E sound. Now, pay extra attention when saying words like blood and flood. The double O is not pronounced like food. We shouldn't say
Blood. Flood.
it's blood and flood.
Correct. Blood and flood rhyme with mud and stud.
Now, let's practice saying all the words one by one. Ultra,
Audio.
UFO,
Chaos.
icon,
Sauce.
allow,
Legal.
blood,
Flood.
August.
Let's devote some special attention to our very important words for this unit. Our first word is fantastic. We actually shouldn't say it like this.
Fantastic.
It should actually be fantastic. Fantastic.
It's the same as saying the word pandemic and balance. We don't pronounce it with an ah sound, but with an a sound. We do not say
Pandemic. Balance.
it's pandemic and balance.
For example, we have lost our life balance during the pandemic, which is not fantastic.
Now, the second word is kind of tricky. We all know that this word is pronounced nation. This is easy. But when we have this word, national, we do not say
national,
the letter A changes to an ah sound. National, national, not national, national.
Good point. For example, we also have nature and naturally, or nature and natural.
That's right. Exactly. Nature becomes natural. These are exceptions, of course. Generally, it should not change. For example, education, educational. Information, informational. Now, the next word is material. Sometimes it's pronounced like,
Material.
so it should be material. Material.
We can also see this error in words like experience. Do not say it like
Experience.
it should actually be experience. Experience. And also in words starting with the prefix pre, like pre-workout. Many people might mispronounce this and say
Pre.
it should actually be pre. Pre.
That's right. For example, thank you for allowing us to share the materials about your experience in pre-workout supplements.
Next, we have the word diet. Sometimes we can actually hear it being mispronounced like this.
Diyet.
It should actually be diet. Diet.
The word diet rhymes with quiet, and it does not rhyme with regret.
Not in my experience. Anyway, our next word is purchase. Don't say it like this.
Purchase.
It is actually purchase. purchase.
Now, this can be confusing because of the word chase, which means to run after something or someone. It's pronounced with an A sound, chase. But the word is purchase, not purchase, purchase.
This is actually similar to words like face and surface, chase and purchase.
Excellent example, my friend. Now, the next word is multi, as in multimedia or multiplayer. Some students say
multimedya,
it should be multimedia. There's no oo sound.
Words that rhyme with multimedia are, for example, encyclopedia.
Last but not least, let's direct our attention to the prefix pre, which could be easily confused with the first syllable of the word president. It should be pre, not
pre,
pre. Unfortunately, most students stagnate at the pre-intermediate level.
Pre actually means before when it is added to some nouns. The opposite is actually the example from the dialogue which we listened to, post-pandemic.
For example, pre-pandemic prices were significantly lower than post-pandemic ones.
As for our last word, we have damage. Some English learners might mispronounce it and say
damage.
The word damage actually rhymes with cabbage to make it easier.
That's right. For example, I read a passage about a cabbage that took a lot of damage because it was in the baggage. Now, let's say the words one by one. Fantastic.
Material.
Multimedia.
Pandemic.
Diet.
Purchase.
Balance.
Nation.
Damage. Welcome to the VIW's part of Unit 6. Make sure you learn how to pronounce these words correctly. Our first word is determine. Sometimes you can hear students pronounce it like
determine,
it should be determine. Determine.
Another similar word that is pronounced the same way is certain. We shouldn't say it like this.
certain,
It's actually certain. Certain.
That's right. For example, I am certain that you are determined to learn all of these words. Now here are some other rhyming words. Determine rhymes with certain, curtain, and German.
Coming up is the word focus. Be careful not to pronounce it like this.
focus,
It should be focus. Focus.
Now the letters U and S in the word focus are similar to the word us. When we put it in a sentence, the teacher woke us up and told us to focus on the lesson.
Our third word is ignorance. We all know how to pronounce the verb, to ignore. However, the noun is not pronounced.
ignorance,
It is actually ignorance. Ignorance.
The adjective ignorant is also pronounced similar to the noun ignorance. For example, the word ignorant means lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated. And now let's move on to the next word, which is area. Pay attention to the A sound here. It is definitely not,
araya,
it's area. Area.
That's right. The A in the word Area 51 is like the A in these words: acorn, able, and age.
That's right. To put it in a sentence, our area is experiencing some extreme climate change effects.
Which brings us to climate, a word that could be easily mispronounced as
Climate.
when it actually should be pronounced climate. Climate.
You're right. The climate is our biggest challenge, or dare I say, exam.
Which brings us to exam. I have heard many people mispronouncing it as,
exam,
so be careful where you stress the syllable. It should be exam. Exam.
Some words that rhyme with exam are am, ham, gram. Now the next word is key, which is quite a simple word. However, many students sometimes pronounce it as,
K,
it should be key, like the bird, turkey.
The word key doesn't rhyme with the word hey, as we said before. English can be confusing this way. Let's hear an example. If you want to find a job in Turkey, learning English is key. Let's take a closer look at the word certain, giving extra attention to the AIN at the end of the word. Because we don't say it like
Certain.
it should actually be certain.
That's correct. Look at the words curtain and mountain. They do not rhyme with words like pain and gain. Certain and mountain rhyme with fountain. Now, we have a word that is very commonly mispronounced, and the word is measure. I hear a lot of students say
Measure.
it should be measure, measure.
This information is as valuable as a treasure, my friend. The word measure doesn't have an E sound. It's an E sound, like pleasure.
Well, that's very informative. I want to take a picture of this with my camera, which is our next word. A lot of students pronounce it like,
Kamera.
but we shouldn't pronounce the E in the word camera. It's just camera.
Speaking of camera, it took us a decade to record these videos, and it takes a couple of tries to pronounce decade.
Now, to wrap it all up, let's say the words again, one by one. Make sure that you're pausing and repeating.
Determine,
Focus,
ignorance,
area,
exam,
key,
certain,
measure,
camera,
decade.
climate. Our mother language can have a stretching effect, which can be detected when we try to produce words of another language. While this is true overall, each language casts a different shadow over English sound patterns.
Turkish speakers, for example, may mispronounce the final D in words like bad and bed as a T sound, leading to a pronunciation like bat or bet.
Similarly, they may struggle with the final D sound in words like card and may pronounce them as a T, leading to a pronunciation like cart instead of card.
This pattern is also noticeable the other way around, where the T in bat may be mispronounced as a D sound, leading to a pronunciation like bad.
This leaves us with method, bad, bread, good, standard, and salad as some commonly mispronounced words by native Turkish speakers.
That's right. Make sure you pronounce these words correctly. Now, if we take native Arabic speakers as a contrasting example, they may have difficulties with the P sound, as in people. They often substitute it with B, and they say people.
The letter P in words like purpose, people, and problem are ideal illustrations of this pattern.
Last but not least, our third dimension, native speakers of Spanish. There seems to be almost no distinction between the letters B and V for them. A word like vowel may be pronounced or mispronounced as bowel.
As the Spanish language does not have a distinct V sound, other examples include words like beverage, which may be mispronounced as beverage, and verb, which may also in turn be pronounced as verb, again substituting the V sound with a B sound. All right, so now it's time for our cultural views. Understandably, a very common problem for people of most nationalities is the pronunciation of the combination T and H.
While these sounds are common in English, they do not exist in many other languages, and as a result, non-native speakers may have difficulties producing them accurately.
In fact, people from different nations around the world may pronounce the TH combination incorrectly, often substituting it with sounds that are similar in their native languages.
For example, some speakers of European origins, as well as Arabs and Russians, may substitute the TH sound in words like mother, this, think, with the S or Z sounds.
We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
Since these languages do not have the dental fricatives or the collaboration of tongue and teeth found in English, or they aren't used in the common tongue, as in the case of Arabic.
Native speakers of German or Turkish, on the other hand, may produce the combination as t. Additionally, two of the most confusing letters for foreign speakers are F and V. Arabic speakers may pronounce these as f in words like 7 and 5. As for native speakers of Indian and Filipino, they may substitute the F with a p, saying pursed, but meaning first.
Bottom line, you're not alone in your struggle, and it doesn't help you improve if you only focus on your problems. Focus on solving them by practicing till you're out of breath.
That's when you know you're doing it right. Let's think of words like justice, Jerry, and Japan. The correct pronunciation is especially easy to miss for Turkish learners, for example, because unlike English, the letter J is soft in Turkish. The same is true for French speakers.
So instead of saying justice, Jerry, and Japan, you could hear justice, Jerry, and Japan.
A helpful trick we can use to get the sound right is saying the word bridge before words that start with a J. For example, bridge Japan, bridge justice.
Many non-native speakers of English, especially those whose native language does not have the L sound, often also struggle to pronounce the L sound correctly. There are several ways in which the L sound can be mispronounced by speakers of different languages, and here are a few examples.
Substituting L with R in some East Asian languages, such as Japanese and Korean. There is no clear distinction between the L and R sounds, and the two sounds are often interchangeable. As a result, speakers of these languages may substitute the L sound with the R sound when speaking English. For example, pronouncing light as right or pill as pir.
A second problem could be overemphasizing the L sound. Some non-native English speakers may overemphasize the L when speaking English, making it sound more like a la sound. This is because in some languages, the L is pronounced more strongly than in English. For example, pronouncing the word film as film or help as help.
When the letter L is followed by a consonant and then the sound m or n, the L sound is not pronounced. This is called the dark L because the L sound is not clear and distinct and sounds more like a w or a soft sound. Let's hear some examples.
So in the word calm, the L is followed by the consonant M, and that makes the L not pronounced or silent. Instead, the L acts as a sort of bridge between the vowel, in this case A, and the consonant M, creating a slight change in sound that makes it sound like calm instead of column.
So listen carefully. The L is silent in the following words: half,
Calm,
palm,
salmon,
folk.
yolk.
To follow up on the silent letters problems, we have the letter W. When W is followed by R, in some words such as wrist, right, the W is not pronounced and serves only to indicate the spelling and meaning of the word.
Also, the W in the middle of a word may be dropped in certain words, such as sword and answer.
Finally, in some loanwords from French, such as reservoir or rendezvous, we can hear a W sound.
The rule for when the W is silent is that it usually occurs when it is followed by an R or when it is a part of a loanword from another language. However, it's important to note that English spelling and pronunciation can be complex, and there are often exceptions to these rules. So don't be a hero, check a dictionary.
How about we dive deeper into the most commonly mispronounced words that follow the patterns of this unit? But we're not going to say them directly this time.
Leo and I are going to take turns quizzing each other's vocabulary for this one. Join us and see how many words you'll be able to guess.
Okay, this word refers to something that is expensive and often indulgent, such as a fancy car or a lavish vacation. It is something that not everyone can afford, but those who can often enjoy it as a special treat. What is this word?
I'll have to say luxury, which could also be pronounced luxury. My turn. This is a machine that sucks up dirt and dust from floors, carpets, and other surfaces. It works by creating suction that pulls in debris and collects it in a bag or container. They are commonly used in households for cleaning purposes.
Well, according to the script in front of me, the word is vacuum. Be careful, though, not to say vacuum. It has a U sound, not an U sound. It's vacuum, vacuum. Now, our next word is a three-dimensional figure made of stone, metal, or other materials. It can represent a person, animal, or an abstract concept. They are often used as a decorative art in public spaces, parks, or museums.
You're talking about something like the Statue of Liberty. Statue. Coming up, these are thin slices of potato that are fried until crispy and salted. They are a popular snack food and can be found in many different flavors, such as barbecue, sour cream, and plain.
Easy. Chips. I'm actually having some right now. Focus on the pronunciation of the first two letters. It's a chip. Chips. Now, the next word. This is a term used to describe someone who has committed a crime or done something wrong. It means that they are responsible for their actions and may face consequences, such as going to jail or paying a fine. Like your parking ticket last week.
GAC. Guilty as charged. Notice how the G is of the soft type we talked about earlier. The next word I have for you is a verb that refers to a flavor of something that you eat or drink. It is a personal preference that varies from person to person. Some people may enjoy sweet flavors, while others may prefer savory or spicy ones.
I think the word is taste. By the way, have you tried octopus before?
Yeah, it kind of tastes like chicken.
Now, the next word is a powerful wave caused by an earthquake, volcanic eruption, or other underwater disturbance that can cause widespread destruction and is often accompanied by flooding.
A big one hit Japan in 2011, a tsunami. My next word refers to the likelihood of something happening or not happening. It is often expressed as a ratio or percentage. For example, the chances of winning the lottery may be 1 in a million, meaning that it is very unlikely to happen. Note that this word is always plural.
The word is odds. For example, if you meet a high school friend that you haven't met for years, you would say, "What are the odds?" Now, the next word is related to anatomy. It is a joint that connects the thigh bone to the lower leg bone. It allows for movement and flexibility in the leg, and it's essential for activities such as walking, running, or jumping.
Do I really need to say it? You're talking about the knee, of course. The last one for you. What do you call someone who is invited to visit someone's house or attend an event? It could be a friend, a family member, or acquaintance. These people are often welcomed and treated with hospitality and respect.
I guessed it from the beginning. It's a guest, of course.
Very punny course, very punny.
Okay, welcome to our very special VIW section. We would like you to pay extra attention to some words through this dialogue between two quiz hosts.
Welcome to our quiz. Today we're going to be testing your knowledge of some tricky English words. Our first word is excited.
Can you use the word excited in a sentence?
Sure thing. I'm so excited to be hosting this quiz with you.
Great job. Now, for our next word, excel. Can you give me an example with this word?
You bet. If you practice hard and study well, you will excel in your pronunciation.
Don't forget to repeat the word with us. Now, let's move on to exercise. Use it in a sentence for us.
Absolutely. I love to exercise by going for a run in the morning.
Okay, moving on to basic. An example would make its pronunciation much clearer.
Of course, before you learn advanced grammar, you need to master the basic rules of English.
That's right. Now, let's tackle mustn't. I'm sure you have a sentence to help our listeners say it correctly.
You mustn't be late for your English class, or you'll miss the quiz.
That's right. There's no z sound in mustn't. It's a s, mustn't. Our next word is Islam or Muslim.
Muslims are a constant point of debate in American politics.
That's sad, but true.
Challenge time. We have Jerry on the phone. He's competing to win our $100,000 prize. If he manages to read the following story without making any pronunciation mistakes, he'll be our lucky winner.
Bob was so excited to excel at his programming project he forgot to exercise. He realized he mustn't isolate himself and went back to the basics, taking breaks from the screen. He even learned about Islam and wrote a script to include diversity. Bob learned to take care of himself while embracing inclusivity.
We're sorry, Jerry. You mispronounced a very basic word. Basic. There's no Z in there.
And so, dear listeners, once again, we see that a small pronunciation mistake can cost us dearly. Bonus unit, confusing words. In this unit, we have 3 parts. In the first part, we're going to talk about words which have the same spelling but different pronunciation. In the second part, we will discuss some commonly confused words. As for the third part, we will be talking about some words which have the same pronunciation but a different spelling. Those 3 parts will represent some of the most confusing aspects of some vocabulary in the English language. Let's start off with words that have the same spelling but a different pronunciation. In other words, we may call them homographs. Starting off with bass and bass. Bass, as you can see in the illustration, is the bass guitar, and bass is a breed of fish. In our examples, we will have both words in one sentence to showcase the difference in pronunciation. My uncle made a bass guitar from the bones of a bass. In a previous bonus unit, we discussed the second example. However, it is worthy of repetition here. The words desert and dessert, desert being a noun and dessert being a verb, or a noun meaning the sweet, tasty things. So in an example we could say, the scared soldier deserted his squad in the desert. Up next we have dove and dove. A dove is a breed of birds, but dove is the past tense of the verb to dive. In an example, we could have both. The hungry dove dove in the pond to grab a piece of bread. Up next we have lead as a verb and led as a noun. To lead is to be at the head of a group of people, taking them to a goal or a destination. As for led, it is a kind of metal, represented in the table of elements as PB. Let's take a look at an example. The ambitious leader led his troops to the lead storage. By the way, we should also note that the past tense of the verb to lead is a homophone or sounds exactly like lead, the metallic element. So lead, the past of lead, and lead, the kind of metal. Moving on, we have minute as an adjective and minute as a noun. Minute simply means very small or tiny, and minute is the 60 seconds that we all know. Let's see an example. It takes a professional designer a minute to notice the minute details in a design. Coming up, we have Polish and Polish. Polish is the adjective of people who come from Poland or something of a Polish origin. To polish is to make a surface shine. So we could say Polish furniture producers polish their products in Eastern Europe. Next we have to resume and a resume. To resume is to begin again after an interruption, and a resume is a CV. So we could say that the graduates usually resume writing their resumes after the coffee break. Let's look next at tear and to tear. Keep in mind, as you can see, that the spelling is exactly the same, but we have a different pronunciation completely. Tear is a noun meaning a liquid or a drop of liquid coming from the eyes, and to tear is to separate by force. We could say, looking at your tears tears my heart apart. The following pair are wind and wind up. Wind, as you might be familiar with it, is a noun meaning a current of air, and wind up is actually a phrasal verb which means to end up in a place or an unpleasant situation. So we could say, if these winds continue, our ship will wind up on a deserted island in the middle of nowhere. Coming up, we have wound and wound. A wound as a noun is an injury. It might be a cut or torn skin. But to wound as a verb, but wound is a verb which is in fact the past of the verb to wind or to rotate something. In a single example, we could say, after he wound his grandpa's clock, he felt a stabbing pain in his wound, and he wound up in the hospital. The final pair from this part are estimate and to estimate. An estimate is an approximate calculation. To estimate is to roughly calculate. So there is a relation in meaning and a whole difference in pronunciation. Keep in mind that the spelling remains exactly the same as well. In an example, we could say, don't forget to send the estimate to the manager after you estimate the damage. Part 2 of this lesson will focus on commonly confused words. These are words which have a connection in meaning, but might be different in function and should be used carefully. The first example we have is the verb to affect and the noun effect. To affect is to act on or produce a change in something or someone. An effect is a result or consequence. We could say then, the construction noise had a negative effect on my concentration and affected my mood. Our second example is the pair allowed and allowed. Allowed is the past participle of the verb to allow, which means permitted or given permission to do something. Allowed is an adjective meaning spoken at an audible volume. We could say then, during the presentation, the speaker allowed the audience to ask questions aloud. In some examples, we will have triple or more words, like in this one. We have a verb, adjective, and noun. Let's take a look at close and close to begin with. Close, or to close, is a verb meaning to bring together parts of something or to shut or fasten something. Close, on the other hand, is an adjective meaning near in space or time or not far in amount or degree. Clothes, however, in the noun form, means the thing that we wear, pants, shirts, t-shirts, and so on. In a singular example, we could say, my close friend and I closed the door and started online shopping for clothes. Up next we have to break or a break. To break is a verb which means to ruin something. Plus, of course, it has many other meanings, but let's focus on this one for the purpose of this unit. A brake, on the other hand, is a device used to slow or stop a moving vehicle. Let's take a look at them in one example. I had to slam on the brake to avoid a collision when the car in front of me suddenly decided to break the traffic rules by running a red light. Let's give our attention now to the next example. Suit and suite. Both of them are nouns, but they can be easily confused. A suit is a three-piece matching clothes for men, but a suite is a set of rooms designated for a specific purpose. So we could say, I left my suit in the suite. Up next we have quiet and quite. Quiet as an adjective means making little or no noise, or calm and peaceful. Quite, on the other hand, is a quantifier, which means to a significant degree or to emphasize something. Here's an example. I enjoy spending time in the park because it's always quite peaceful and quiet there. Coming up, let's take a look at another group of words this time. Whole, whole, and whole. The first word, whole, as an adjective, means complete or not divided. A whole, as a noun, H-A-L-L, means the area just inside the main entrance of a house, or another meaning is a building used for meetings, concerts, or other events. The other noun, H-O-L-E, whole, is an empty space in an object. I fell in the hole, and spent the whole day trying to get out. Up next we have ensure and insure. To ensure is to make sure that something happens or is certain. To insure is to protect against loss or damage by purchasing insurance. We could say then, you should ensure that you have the necessary insurance coverage before you start driving a car. Following that we have farther and further. Farther and further are both adjectives, but farther means a physical distance beyond something, whereas further is a degree or extent beyond something or additional. In one example we could say, I need to walk further to reach the farther end of the park. The final example of the confused words is loose, adjective, and to lose, verb. Loose means tightly fitted or bound, or free from constraints. To lose, as you probably know, is to be deprived of or unable to find something, as well as the opposite of win. In one example, we could say, these loose jeans are going to make me lose my patience. The third and final part of this unit will have us looking at some examples of words which have the same pronunciation but a different spelling. In other words, homophones. The first example will be principle and principle. There will be no difference, as I said, in pronunciation with these words. However, the function and meaning will change. Principle, on the left side, is a fundamental truth or rule, or a personal rule or value. A principal, as we see on the right side, is the most important or senior person in an organization or group. So we could say, the principal of the school firmly believed in the principle of equality for all students. Our second example will be bowl and bowl. As you can see in the illustrations, bowl on the left, B-A-L-L, is the round object filled with air which can be used to play different sports. But on the right side, B-O-W-L, is also a spherical object, but it could be used either to have soup or cereal in it, or it's the little structure where fish can live. In an example, we could say, when Marco was playing football, he kicked the ball and broke his mom's favorite bowl. Alright, up next we have to wait and wait. To wait as a verb and wait as a noun. Let's take a look at an example. I can't wait to lose some weight before my vacation. Following that we have to wear and wear, both clearly explained in the illustrations we have here. In an example we could say, I don't know where to wear my new dress. Please notice that the spelling is different, but the pronunciation is identical. Where to wear. Moving on, we have a triple word example here of rain, rain, and you guessed it, rain. The first rain is the water that drops from the sky. The second rain is a tool used to control a horse. And the third reign is a period of rule. In an example, we could say, the queen's reign was marked by a period of heavy rain that ruined all the horses' reins. Coming up, we have won, the past tense of to win, and one, the number. So in an example, we could say, a Chinese man named Wan was the only one who won all the competitions. Up next, we have heir and heir. We are all familiar with the heir on the left, but the heir on the right is a person legally entitled to the property or rank of another after their death. For example, the heir of a king is a prince. So we could say, the prince was the heir to the throne, but he struggled to breathe the polluted air of the Hall of Kings. Next we have aisle, A-I-S-L-E, meaning a passage between rows of seats in a building or vehicle. And on the right side we have isle, I-S-L-E, meaning an island, specifically the Isle of Man. So we could say, we walked down the aisle of the airplane to get to our seat on our trip to the Isle of Man. The following couple of words will be ant and ant. It's important to remember that our focus is still on the American pronunciation because the word on the right might be pronounced as aunt in the British accent. On the left, an ant is a small six-legged insect, but an aunt or an aunt is a woman who is the sister of one's parent or married to one's uncle. So we could say in an example, my aunt saw an ant crawling on the kitchen counter and crushed it with a napkin. Coming up, we have complement and to complement. A complement is something that completes or makes up a whole. A compliment, as we see on the right side, C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T, would mean an expression of praise or admiration. So we could say, the red scarf complemented her outfit perfectly, and she received many compliments on her style. Next, we have plain as an adjective or as a noun. P-L-A-I-N means simple or easy. As a noun, it means a field. On the right side, P-L-A-N-E is a big aircraft which carries passengers or cargo. In a single example, we could say, the plain white plane flew over the green plains. Let's follow that with coarse and coarse. Coarse as an adjective, C-O-A-R-S-E, is rough or harsh in texture or sound. A course on the right side is a direction or path of movement or a series of lessons or instructions, like this one. So we could say, I signed up for a cooking course to learn how to prepare coarse ingredients properly. Coming up, let's look at stationary and stationary. Stationary in an adjective form means not moving, fixed, or static. Stationary in the noun form means writing materials such as paper and pens. In a single example, we could say, I bought some new stationery from the bookstore, including pens, paper, and envelopes, but I forgot to pick up a new stationary bike for my home gym. Alrighty then. Next we have capital and capital. Capital, as we see it on the left, C-A-P-I-T-A-L, means the main city of a country, or wealth or assets owned by a person or business. As for capital, like we see it on the right side, C-A-P-I-T-O-L, it is the building where politicians work. In a single example, we could say, I visited the capital city and took a tour of the Capitol building to learn more about the country's government and history. To finish with this part and the unit as a whole, we have pique, peak, and peak. Pique as a noun, P-I-Q-U-E, means to stimulate interest, curiosity, or resentment in someone. Pique as a verb, P-E-E-K, means to take a quick look or furtive look. Another noun which is pronounced as peak is P-E-A-K, which means the highest point or level of something. In one example, we could say, she heard that Radiohead will be performing at the peak of the mountain, so she decided to take a peek at their website to see if it was true. The band has always piqued her interest. For those of you who are interested in a more detailed inspection of homophones, there is a list including 97 homophones in the PDF document attached to the unit. Well then, that's a wrap for this chapter. Keep practicing and keep your eyes on the prize until you reach your goals. Send us your pronunciation of the examples that you find specifically difficult throughout this unit to our Telegram channel. Leo and I will give you feedback on how to improve or congratulate you on your great work. On to the next one.